Hello everybody, what is up? My name is Zero Solstice, and today we are going to be talking about respect. And more specifically than respect, we are going to be talking about parents. And the reason I feel like talking about this is just because it's something that affects my life on a consistent basis, and I'm the kind of person who has very different ideals from your average person. Pardon the yawn. I'm the kind of person that has unique thoughts and ideals and opinions about things. I'm a realist. I take everything for face value. And with that, it becomes a question of why is it that parents quote-unquote deserve more respect than anyone else? Like, in my family, my parents get really upset if I don't give them the quote-unquote respect that they deserve for being my parents. But the question then is, who says that... Well, first of all, what kind of respect does a parent deserve? And why do you have to give it to them? So, in my questionable mind and strange methods, I look at it as I feel that all people should deserve the same level of respect. Because if I give any one person more respect than I give another, then what does that say about my character? If I start valuing people differently, then I'm not giving everyone their due value. I'm not giving everyone the due chance that they deserve for just me not knowing anything about them. Because you think about the term stranger. And to most people, the term stranger simply implies you know nothing about them. But if you think about it deeper than that, people will most frequently give strangers no respect at all because they don't know them. But if you but then you think about it and you look at it from the exact opposite angle. And the way I see it is the angle of, I know nothing about them, so therefore their life could be as strange and detailed and intricate or even as shitty as mine or as anyone else's who I know. And for that reason, they deserve just as much respect off the top as anyone else. Like, why should I give a stranger no respect because I don't know anything about them, when I give some other people pure respect because I know everything about them. I know exactly what they've been through and what they're doing. So, the way I look at it, I will do the same thing with my parents. Yet, like, obviously, you have to take into consideration the fact that they're your parents, and with that title comes the fact that they've birthed you, they've raised you, they pay for all of your stuff young in life, they teach you the bare bones essentials to your thinking. But on a deeper level, they're just people. They are you, but older. It's that simple. And every parent wants their kid to have kids so they can have grandkids, the family can keep going, and their kid can like harbor the same feelings that they did when they were raising you. And by that logic, your parents are literally the same exact people as you. At which point, you should give them no more or no less respect than anyone else. Because if they're going to be the same people as everyone else, then you might as well just get your early training in of treating people like people rather than people as the artifacts that they make up in your life. So whether it's a teacher, a parent, a friend, someone you don't even know, I personally feel you should give everyone their due respect. And in my mind, due respect is, well, it's pretty much the same for everybody. We could also get into a talk on logic about how everyone deserves the same respect. That missile shot, though. We can also get into a cute little logic debate on how everyone deserves the same level of respect no matter what they've been going through in their life, simply because of the fact that life is randomized, so no one's able to pick, choose, and control what they have to deal with, which just leads you down the path of, if they had no say in what they had to live with and deal with, like let's say they were diagnosed with cancer, as an example. And that's something they had to live with, that's something other people have had to live with, it's something they had no control over, and it's something no one else had any control over. Should you, I don't know, should you give them extreme pity? Should you give them more respect than anyone else because of what they have to deal with? It's hard to say, just because, well, they're dealing with stuff that just kind of came up. It's perfectly possible you'll have to deal with it. It's perfectly possible you've already dealt with it. Like, there's no saying what could happen to anyone, so I don't know. It's a very strange topic. But anyway, back to the actual questionnaire. Should parents get more respect than anyone else just because they're your birthright parents? And on top of that, should they be able to get upset if you don't give them the utmost in respect? It's, I don't know, it's an interesting thing to think about in my mind, and it's something that comes up a lot because I treat my parents like I treat any other normal person, and that kind of upsets them every so often. So it's just something I felt like talking about, making a little commentary on over some Titanfall gameplay. Going over to the gameplay for a bit, I am playing Titanfall on, I believe it is Outpost, using the G2A4 rifle with the hollow sight and suppressor. And honestly, when I first started using this gun, it was just, it didn't resonate with me at all. It just felt kind of god-awful. But as I've gone using it and I've gotten more sights and stuff, it's just gotten a lot cleaner to use, more accurate, more efficient. The iron sights really kind of annoy me. But now that I've got the hollow sight on it, and I've got all the other sights, but I'm a fan of the hollow sight. Now that I've got the hollow sight on it, it feels like it's just a really good rifle. My only complaint is that the suppressor reduces its damage more, and it's already got a really annoying damage modifier. The annoying thing about this gun is if you get, I believe it's 2 hits on an enemy with it. Actually, no, I think it's a 4-shot kill, but if you get 3-shot hits onto an enemy, it puts them at 1% health. And it's the most obnoxious thing to look at if you end up dying in a gunfight. But that's besides the point. Anyway, as you get attachments for this thing, it gets a lot better in its role. The match trigger is good, although strangely enough it reduces the mag size from 14 default to 8. Mostly just, like, I can say why they did it, but it's really awkward because they did it because they needed to balance the fact that the match trigger ultimately made it into a modded FAL for Modern Warfare 2, and it was just extremely good, high power, disgusting bullet density. But the awkward thing is that they reduced the mag size to make up for the disgusting bullet density, but the reload rate is still the same, and by still the same I mean it's slow, and it makes it really awkward to use the match trigger in public because sure, you can spray the 8 rounds really fast, but the damage isn't the greatest, and the reload rate turns it into such a liability. So I find the gun awkward because without an attachment, it's just a blatant vanilla needs help gun. So it doesn't do any major thing for you, like for example, suppressor keeps you off the minimap and reduces the sound. Doesn't do any helpful stuff like that for you. Doesn't have, the only extended mag is outside of the this discussion just because extended mag is obviously just always useful if it's usable. Having nothing is just eh. The suppressor reduces the damage. The match trigger makes it extremely awkward to get into consistent firefights with. I don't know, it's weird. It's one of those guns that has like very interesting details on all aspects of its usage. But anyway, this video is coming to a close. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know how you guys look at all of this kind of stuff. And as always, have a wonderful day.